Welcome to Information Services instructional video on the Zoom Pro tool and courses. Though this video is one of a 5-part series on the top 5 courses tools and how to utilize them, this Zoom Pro video is pertinent and exhaustive enough to also be featured on its own. In this video, we will be discussing how to utilize the Zoom Pro tool. In case you're new to the software, Zoom is an online meeting platform that will be used here at the Caruso School of Law for making classes virtually available online. As a note, if you have not done so already, you must register for a Pepperdine Zoom account at https://pepperdine.zoom.us. Without an account, you will receive an error in the Zoom Pro tool and courses, so make sure to have that completed and registered prior to watching this video and taking on these next steps we will be showing.
First, we will start by addressing how to schedule your Zoom class sessions and courses. As of now, faculty members are suggested to schedule their Zoom class meetings through the course's Zoom Pro tool for efficiency instead of using the Zoom web browser interface.
So to start, select Schedule a New Meeting at the top right corner. You will see some already automatically filled in information, but feel free to delete whatever appears if you see fit. The topic refers to the meeting name. It's suggested to adopt a general meeting title, such as your law class, however specific you would like it to be, just so your class name and session can be applicable to all of your future meetings for this specific course. The description available is completely up to you. It is completely optional whether or not you would like to provide a description for your class, but most usually like to leave this blank. Next to when is where you will schedule your start date and time for your first class. The duration will refer to the duration of your class, and time zone can remain as the Pacific Standard Time. Make sure to select Recurring Meeting at the bottom, since this will automatically schedule recurring class meeting sessions. If your classes are held every week, at the same time, you can select Weekly, and you can complete the information to fulfill your class settings. So let's say you would like to repeat this once a week, every Monday and Thursday, and the end date refers to the last day you will have your class. So let's assume that it would be sometime in December, and let's select this date. And so now you see that every Monday and Thursday until December 24th, which is 50 meeting sessions, you will be having a class that begins at 1 p.m. and lasts for an hour. You can keep these next few settings at their default selection. And now we will go down to meeting options. And let's go through each option.
Requiring a meeting password will require a password to be entered prior to entering the meeting for extra security. Though this isn't necessary, you may set a password if you wish, and you can set a specific password by clicking right here, and then this box will appear on the right where you can type in your password of choice. Enable Join Before Host allows a student to enter the meeting before you as a host enter or start the meeting yourself. Sometimes students would like to test their links prior to the class session starting, and this would send you a bunch of unnecessary emails. And since it is automatically checked, it's actually best to unselect this option. Moving down to mute participants upon entry, this is incredibly beneficial, so we're going to check this box. Having a student's audio silenced by default will prevent disruptions if any enter the class late. So again, make sure to leave this box checked. Using personal meeting ID is not preferable because personal meeting ID is a separate tab that we will go over later on in this video. And this will allow a student to enter your own personal meeting room at their choice. So it's best to leave this unchecked. Enable Waiting Room allows students to be in a waiting room prior to you individually admitting them in. And for security reasons, we will keep that checked, and notice that it has already been automatically checked. As an important note, please make sure that these last two options are selected. To ensure that Pepperdine students and the correct students are attending your class, only authenticated users can join should be selected. Also, for the current room setup, faculty members are suggested to automatically record class meetings in case students are unavailable to attend a session. Lastly, for alternative hosts, if you have any TAs that you would like to create as hosts, you may enter their emails here. And once we have all of our settings finalized, we can go ahead and click Save. And here you have a summary of what you have just established.
Now to enter cloud recordings, you see here you have your first recording. Because I started that meeting that was in the upcoming meetings early and then exited early, it still recorded everything automatically even though it is not 1 p.m. yet. That is just a simple note. So if you accidentally start a meeting and end it, it will record and you may click delete by selecting this button right here. However, this is where all of your recordings will be populated under this Cloud Recordings tab. If you would like to view the recording of your class, simply click on the name and you'll be redirected to a screen where you can view the video. This is super useful since everything will automatically be populated here and students can just look at all of the recordings from the previous meeting sessions. Another way for you to access recordings, though, is through the previous meeting session. But since we have yet to have a previous meeting already happen and automatically be placed in that tab, you are not able to be seeing that at the moment. However, it would be on the right side where you can see View Cloud Recording for this previous meeting once it is automatically recorded and updated into this interface. Once recordings happen, you will usually be expecting an email sent to your Pepperdine email that is linked to the courses site saying that the recording has been uploaded, rendered, and automatically placed into this tab. Now under Personal Meeting Room, your personal meeting room is a permanent virtual meeting room that you may access with your personal meeting ID, which can be found right here, or your personal meeting link, which is under the Join URL. Your personal link is a specifically generated URL that is associated with your personal meeting room. You should not use your personal meeting ID for classes, but you may give it to people who you would like to hold a meeting with, such as for office hours. Yet, since it is always going to be the same meeting ID and personal link, it is always accessible to students if they have your link, meaning that once someone has this link, they can join it at any time the meeting is in use. To prevent this, you may lock the meeting with the password, which is right here, or you can use the waiting room feature, which is also listed here. More information can be found on our LawTech website. Now navigating back to the Zoom Pro main page, since we have already scheduled your first class recurring meeting, you can see that everything is populated here. If you keep scrolling, you see that there are 5 pages because there were 50 recordings that were set up until December for 2 days a week. Notice that all of the meeting IDs are the same and that this one, which is scheduled for today, you are able to click start if you would like to start it early, but usually it would be started at 1 p.m. After this meeting is complete, it will go into the previous meeting section. Since no meeting has been completed yet, it is blank. But after 2 p.m. hits, this will automatically be scheduled and moved into the previous meetings. This brings us to the end of this video tutorial. For more information on how to utilize these tools for faculty, please visit our LawTech website. Feel free to continue along with our other video guides to see how else you can use courses to your full advantage.